EFF, long live. Long live the EFF, long live. Forward to the freedom of Palestine, forward. Down with apartheid Israel, down. Down with apartheid Israel, down.
After the National Party gained power in South Africa in 1948, its all-white government immediately began enforcing existing policies of racial segregation. Under apartheid, non-white South Africans, a majority of the population, were forced to live in separate areas from whites and use separate public facilities. Contact between the two groups was limited. Despite strong and consistent opposition to apartheid within and outside of South Africa, its laws remained in effect for the better part of 50 years. In 1991, the government of President F.W. de Klerk began to repeal most of the legislation that provided the basis for apartheid. Racial segregation and white supremacy had become central aspects of South African policy long before apartheid began. The controversial 1913 Land Act, passed 3 years after South Africa gained its independence, marked the beginning of territorial segregation by forcing black Africans to live in reserves and making it illegal for them to work as sharecroppers. Opponents of the Land Act formed the South African National Native Congress, which would become the African National Congress, ANC. South Africa believe that Palestinians are suffering the same thing as they did during apartheid era. Hello, welcome to my channel, and make sure to subscribe, like, and share. Authorities in South Africa blamed the escalation on Israel's illegal occupation and desecration of the Al-Aqsa Mosque, as well as sacred Christian sites, in a statement on Sunday. A top official told local news channel NSA that Hamas's bloody attack, while not a solution, was unsurprising, and that the conflict would not stop until the occupation ends. Cyril Ramaphosa, surrounded by his colleagues from the ruling African National Congress, ANC, spoke to the press draped in the traditional Palestinian scarf. We are all standing here pledging our solidarity with the people of Palestine. We stand here because we are deeply concerned about the atrocities that are unfolding in the Middle East. We have a full understanding of how the people of Palestine have taken up this issue, because they are people, as many countries and leaders in the world have opined, that have been under occupation for almost 75 years, Ramaphosa said. He also called upon international bodies to make sure that peace is restored in Palestine.
The National Executive Committee, all of us standing here, pledging our solidarity with the people of Palestine. We stand here because we are deeply concerned about the atrocities that are unfolding in the Middle East, and we have passed our condolences to the people of Israel, as we are passing our condolences to the people of Palestine. And we have a full understanding of how the people of Palestine have taken up this issue, because they are people, as many countries and leaders in the world have opined, that they have been under occupation for almost...
The opposition party, EFF, applauds those in solidarity with the struggle of the people of Palestine and calls for unshaken commitment to the cause of Palestinian self-determination on their land, free from incursions and encroachment by the apartheid Israel state and its settler land expansion policy. The Economic Freedom Fighters, F, has noted developments in the Israel-Palestine conflict. The F calls for the protection of children, women, and civilians in the military conflict between Hamas and apartheid Israel as a priority. The EFF squarely puts the blame of the escalating conflict on the continued occupation and oppression of the Palestinian people in their own land.
President, ground forces of the EFF, the organizations that are here, not to support the EFF, but support the people of Palestine. I'm not alone, I'm here with the national chairperson of the EFF, who was not introduced. So I'm not going to speak until he greets you. Manza! Manza! Phansi apartheid Israel, phansi!
Phansi Israel, apartheid Israel phansi. Phambili EFF phambili. Viva EFF, viva. Viva Commander in Chief.